Hey, what's going on, Poke fans? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we're looking at Welder Snorlax Max deck featuring Ninetales. One of my favorite deck lists, probably of all time. I've really enjoyed playing Snorlax Max. It's so annoying when your opponent hits you for like 200, 300, and when you just flip heads on the Super Scoop Up, and when you return that Snorlax Max back in your hand. That's pretty much the strategy of this deck. So what makes this deck so special is definitely 340 HP, and it's in current meta pretty much difficult and impossible to one-hit knock out Snorlax VMAX with popular decks in format. Even Baby Blacephalon will need like 7 energies in order for the one-hit knock against Snorlax VMAX, which is just insane. I mean, imagine discarding 7 energies for 3 price cards. It definitely burnt, but still, it's really difficult because you need to waste a lot of resources. This deck can also snipe on the bench with the Cramorant's Pitch Shot. It can one-hit knock at the Dean for 2 price cards. It can also use Double Blaze for 300 to go through anything with 6 energies. It can attack for 200 at the first turn with Double Blaze. It can outrage as well. It can carry a lot of pressure. It can be good against fired grass decks as well. There's also Victini with that Infinity that can also be very good against, you know, grass decks, but it can recycle plenty of energies back from the discard pile. And there are also 2 Vulpix and 2 Ninetales with a Night Temptation that can simply catch something from opponent bench, and basically we can then try to knock that out. 2 Victinis, 3 Jirachis, and 1 Marshadow for that Stellar Wish, and Reset Hall, as well as Mew for the bench protection against Pika Zekrom decks. Additionally, what I'm running in this build, 2 Evolution Incense for the Evolution Surge, 2 Fire Crystals for the Fire Energy Recycle, 1 Palpad, 4 copies of Quick Ball, as well as 4/4 of Super Scoop Up and Switch, 1 Tool Scraper, which can be definitely good in plenty of matchups, 2 copies of Heat Factory, 2 copies of Giant Heart, and 1 Heat Factory for the Stadium, 3 Marnies, 4 Welders, and then 1 of each Vitality Band, and 12 regular Fire Energies. The only card that I'm actually consider tagging in this build will be a Giratina that can discard special energy from an opponent Pokemon the moment we actually put it into play. And I think that's a very good card because it can be good against Dragapult VMAX. We can actually start to disrupting Dragapult energies, but it can also be good against, you know, grass decks that plays some type of weakness guard energy, because then we can just discard that special energy and we are good to go. So technically, this is the deck list that I will use in today's video, so if you already didn't, please consider subscribing to the channel for more videos, and if you like this video, you should definitely hit the thumbs up as well. So, see you in the game. Alright, so I won the coin flip, and I wonder what can I find. Just the Vulpix. Alright, I mean Vulpix and Victini. There's a Marshadow as well. John Hard, Heat Factory. There's Trevius. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna start this with a Heat Factory, and then I'm gonna Quick Ball. I'm probably gonna throw out that Switch, and it will be for Jirachi. So I'm gonna actually, yeah, I'm gonna waste Fire Energy. I don't know, probably Stellar Wish for a Quick Ball. Okay, so I'm gonna risk with discarding that Marshadow and basically grabbing myself a Din for the Daddy Change next turn. But for now, I'm just good to go. I don't know, I mean, my opponent get that Miss Magius in play, and I'm not quite sure if he can find a way to basically set up and play somehow a stadium card, like Chaotic Flow, for example. So there's a Lily Doll, alright, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so actually not that bad, especially because I can switch to Jirachi, and I can Stellar Wish first to see if I can find something useful. For example, it makes sense to go to Ninetales. That seems to be a good play. Then I can attach a Vitality Band, I can put that Heat Factory in play, and I can Daddy Change for 6. There is a Snorlax. There is a energy card, but no sign of the Welder, so that's pretty bad. Alright, so what we can do? We can just attach an energy, and that should be it. So when that's the case, I'm ending my turn just by passing it. Couldn't find basically nothing of a supporter. So no support lineup. Alright, that's already 4 energies in my discard pile, but I do have a couple fire crystals, so it should be fine. My opponent definitely struggles here to find a way to basically set things to go. Okay, meanwhile, let's see if we can basically get Welder. No sign of it again. Oh my god. Just another opportunity to find that Welder. So I'm going to grab myself some energies. Not gonna put that Snorlax on the bench. Not gonna happen. And pass the turn. Alright, so I decided to add just 1 energy to Snorlax. If I hit Welder next time, I can power up Victini and try to go for the knockout. Let me see. Okay, so gonna grab myself a couple more energies so I can hit that Welder. Stellar Wish, just for Marnie. You gotta be kidding me there. Like, seriously. Let's go for that. This dream is and with energy attachment, and I think I'm probably going to use that Super Scoop Up so I can return that Adine into my hand, and then I'm gonna Marnie my opponent. Okay, there's a Welder, and that's it for now. I'm just gonna pass. Can't play Welder, but next turn I can definitely use it. There's another Crushing Hammer. Alright, that's a little bit annoying. Really it is. And another Crushing Hammer, and another Hex. Wow, that's super annoying. And a Acrobike, so okay, right now my opponent definitely puts me in an uncomfortable position because I have 9 of my 12 energies in my discard pile, but still I have Victini plus 2 copies of Fire Crystal, so that's pretty much good to go. There's a Cramorant Twee as well, so I can Spit Shot as well on the bench, and Naganadel and Guzzler with that Beast Bringer attack, so I definitely... Okay, so right now... If he decides to Mysterious Message, of course. Price card is... Alright, another switch. That's good. Not quite sure if it's worth to use another one right now. So there is a Quick Ball. Violent Appetite can heal some damage. That Jet Pierce can go just for 180, and then you have Chaotic Order that can just grab, 2 price cards. And that's a so get a couple more Mysterious Messages. The one thing is for sure, if your opponent starts to attack you and puts you down to 4 price cards, he can just start use Beast Rings. And once he can do that, he can do a a lot of damage. Also, Reese's Stamp can be very disruptive as well. He used Cynthia already, so he won't be able to use the Tensor strategy, at least not for this turn. And there is a Reese's Stamp, so I'm going down to 4. Okay, not bad. And another Reese's Stamp, so that's a little bit better. At least I have Fire Crystal, so it's okay, I guess. So I can take another prize card here. That's what we're trying to find, a Beast Ring, Rash Card, not the card that I really need. Not the card that I can also use. Maybe I can use it just to tank attack, so I can use that Outrage, but not quite sure how good that will be. Yeah, he can take an extra prize card. Will this be another Reese's Stamp? It will be. Okay, this time down for 3, and there's a Marnie Giraffe. Mysterious message for another one. Oh, what the heck is going on? I'm already down to 2 prize cards. There's just then the energy, and I managed to wake up somehow. I don't even know how. I do have Tool Scraper, so I'm just gonna scrape that tool off for my opponent. I'm gonna grab myself some energies, last 2 energy cards, then Stellar Wish to see if I can find myself a Welder. Yes, I can. There we go. I'm good to go with a Welder. So both energies should be attached on my Victory. And then I will try to find a way to scoop my Jirachi into my hand. There we go. Luckily I managed to do that. How many super scoop ups did I use? All 4 of them. Alright, Infinity. So for the rest of the game I won't be able to super scoop up anything. But still, I'm happy because I managed to recycle back my energies, and if my opponent takes a nugget against Whitney, he can just grab himself, you know, a prize card, maybe 2 prize cards if you can find another Beast Bringer, but that should be it. Maybe he can disrupt me down to like a 1 prize card with another Miss Magius, and I'd be surprised to see that, and then the Reese's Stamp. But the problem is that he ran out of the cards. That's just insane. That's super interesting. I mean, what is the strategy of the deck? Oh, he couldn't hit a single Beast Ring. That's the problem. If he managed to find those Beast Rings, he would probably win the game. But unfortunately for my opponent, he couldn't find them. So he actually ended up decking himself out. So that's the GG. Okay, so that game number 1 was really weird. Hopefully game number 2 can bring us some entertainments on the table. So I'm starting with a Cramorant Wii, and my opponent is opening the game with the Zacian Wii. Alright, so that's gonna be an interesting matchup. There's a Lily's Pokédoll. Not 1, but actually 2 of them. And looks like I might just going to face a mill deck. And there is a for 3 cards. Alright, so I'm going to start pretty aggressively. And I'm also gonna bench down that John Hart. I'm going to basically throw that Quick Ball onto the Whitney. I'm also gonna need Whitney as well, and then I'm going to use my Daddy Change, and I'm good to go. So I'm just gonna spit shot my opponent for like 5 I discarded 3 of my energies, but that's not a big deal. I do have Heat Factory in my hand, so I might get lucky with the Super Scoop Up on the Cramorant, and then basically Jirachi Stellar Wish play for the Heat Factory, so I might find myself another Welder here for a couple more energies. Oh, it's a more Pico-y. Okay. Oof. I have weakness, so good thing is that I hit that Zacian for 160. I could snipe more Pico for 160 on the bench. Unfortunately, the penalty ban in that case will not apply. It would not apply, so Guzman Hella. And I'm wondering if he will go for like maybe Air Balloon, Spin Lightning Energy, and potentially Power Plant. Okay. Power Plant. Huh, that's interesting. And an Air Balloon. He does have Air Balloon in his hand, and he decided to go for the Recycle Energy. And okay. He didn't want to retreat. That's kind of weird. Maybe he was thinking like, well, maybe he won't be able to power up his Pokemon for the knockout. Well, for now, I cannot do that, but I might try to find myself a Welder. So before I toss Welder, I will try to Super Scoop up. Okay. So I think personally in this position I should just go with Vitality onto the Victini and a Marnie. I'm just gonna Marnie my opponent. I don't want to waste Welder for only one card. And additionally, I do have a opportunity to set one Snorlax in play. And for now, that's gonna be it. So he actually benefit from not playing that, you know, retreat on the Lilith Pokédoll. And there's another Lilith Pokédoll, so I wouldn't be surprised that right now my opponent decided to retreat on this Lilith Pokédoll and then just use Intrepid Sport. Somehow I feel that's gonna happen. But maybe he took the knockout here. Yeah, there's a Guzman Ala, so he can grab the stadium. Thunder Mountain will appear in this game. And I'm going to lose my Jirachi. That actually hurts. That actually hurts. Really, it does. So, luckily I have two Super Scoop Ups. Basically, I only need to hit one heads of two in order to get that Din back into my hands, so I can just replay that in the Din. And I will try to Super Scoop up one more time, but this time, unfortunately, I'm going to be out of the luck. Okay. Energy attachment, Marshadow, just to reset all the so I can be 100% positive that my opponent won't be able to hit heavy next turn. And other than that, I can basically just pass the turn. Next turn I will try to Welder combo with the G-Max Fall on that more Pico. Might even decide to go for that Zacian Wii, I'm not quite sure, I will see. I mean, I have plenty of options opened on the table. As long as that Lilith Pokédoll stays in the front, it's okay. I mean, he cannot use Electro Wheel, so I'm just fine for now, but even if he can, it's just nearly impossible for my opponent to knock me out. And the worst thing that could potentially happen was that the Din in the front. So I kind of regret the decision that I didn't attach energy on my Snorlax, but it really doesn't matter because I can still use that Victini. Victini is the way to go here. I think I'm going to go for the safe play here with my Victini. Yeah, I'm going to use a safe player. Safe play. I didn't expect to find myself a John Hart. Retreat on the Victini, And that's gonna be a quick ball, another quick ball, so I can find myself maybe, let's say, Jirachi, so I can also have that Stellar Wish potentially available. And I only need 2 fire energies, and for how many damage I can swing, let me calculate that, 6, 8, so it should be 100. 70, so that's exactly enough for Pico with that Infinity. And I can even try to Daddy Change as well, so why not if we can. So I can just try to discard a couple more unnecessary cards from my hand. And basically I'm also gonna Tool Scraper both of the tools from my opponent bench Pokemon. So Infinity, knockout, there we go, 170, then Morpeko is knocked out, and I can take 2 prize cards. So the first one is a Snorlax that I'm probably going to consider as party, and another one is the Evolution Sense. So none of these 2 cards I actually need. And the good thing is that right now I managed to recycle 8 energies back to my deck, but the bad thing is that right now I cannot use Fire Crystals anymore. But I managed to knock it out my opponent Morpeko on the bench, and right now he is actually in a huge disadvantage. However, he can try to buy himself some time with the Lily's Pokédoll. Of course, I will just try to power up my VMAX, and there's a hazard coin flip, so again he decided to go for the Den. And how many Super Scoop Ups did I use? 4 of them, which means that I have like 3 more switch cards available. I can retreat just paying 1 retreat cost, so not the end of the world. How many Marnies did I use, as well as Welders? 2 Marnies and 2 Welders means that I have 2 more Welders and 1 Marnie left from 15 cards. There are good odds for me to pull myself some of these 2 cards. Electro Power, so he can spark for like 50, spread 20 on the bench. That's also not a bad thing as well. Welder is the best top deck. If I can find Welder as a top deck, I can probably put myself in a good advantage. But then again, I can John Hart, I can use basically a Evolution Incense for that. And I can grab myself 2 energies and one of those 2 energies. Actually, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna try to knock the Zacian. And I think I can potentially do that. So if I hit for 40, yeah, I can do that. I can actually do that. So let me see what I can find with the Marnie. Oof, tons of energies. Okay. So with Infinity, I'm hitting for 30, and since he has weakness, that's enough for the knockout. It's exactly enough. So I can take 2 prize cards, and one of these 2 prize cards is a Pulpad. So with the Pulpad, I can return back 2 Welders, and right now my opponent definitely needs to try a way to knock the Wictony out. Wictony so far carry me. Wictony took 4 prize cards. And Wictony is obviously MVP in this matchup for sure. Wictony can even finish this game here, so my opponent can drop 2 cards. So what I will try to find here will probably be a Welder. But I think that my opponent is pretty much safe for at least 1 more turn. Oh, there's a power plant. Okay, I think I lost all 3 stadiums. Nope, I still have Heat Factory. Okay. But there's no way for me to return that the Din back in my hand anyways, so... Oh, there's a Tapu Koko. I didn't consider Tapu Koko at all. There's the Dance of the Ancients. Okay. And the sad thing is that one of those 2 energies needs to go to a Pokédoll. Still, he can use Energy Switch and remove that energy from Doll to Morpeko. But the best thing for my opponent is that he can swing for 20, maybe even for more than 20. It depends on how many energies he can find. actually electro powers. He needs actually 2 electro powers in order to knock the victory out. Just spiked draw for 20. My turn. Top deck is another 2 fire energies. I'm going to return to Welders, and the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm just gonna grab those 2 fire energies, and of course, I will grab that add water. Try to go for, you know, Welder play. There is Welder, obviously. Deposit onto my Snorlax Snorlax. And then I can retreat once again with the switch. Use the G-Max Pico and basically finish the game taking this new deck works good. It's really consistent, no question about that. And my opponent deck list was also interesting. He didn't play a single Morpeko VMAX, that's kind of interesting as well. Only 2 Electro Powers, wow, that's interesting. That's kind of interesting deck list. Without Morpeko VMAX and without 4 Electro Powers, but with just 4 Morpeko Vs. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the likes up. That's it for today's video. Obviously MVP in this matchup was Wictony. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, so have a nice day and goodbye.